little bit ahead of it. Yeah.
And we got a result of that, so,
I can speak about some other things, but I ain't about to Chevy outside the city
No,
limits.
just, I like to stay quiet. Listen, yes.
You could have fooled.
You're not buying it?
Not really.
You gotta try.
No, I'm just guessing.
I think it's gonna be wonderful and those things are- yes. And then we got on it. You are, I'm just gonna. You are. Nope, sometimes this things happen, so.
Saturday, and I thought, there's no way, you weren't even there.
I was, and you, that's not back there.
Yeah, nobody ever said anything.
We just wanted to hear you speak. Just how it was. What do I do with that? What's that? Okay. Oh, thank you for reminding me. Can I give you a check?
Giving it away.
No, I have the water bill, I forgot. Oh, I can do this after, I'm sorry. No, better, do what you want to do.
Everyone, it is 5:45 on Monday, April 1st. Call to order the City of Morris public hearing regarding the rezoning ordinance. I'll ask Clerk Randy Green to call the roll, please.
Councilwoman Doss,
Here.
Councilman Hardy.
Here.
Councilwoman Hilton,
Here,
and Councilwoman Sykes. Here. And
We are required to have a public hearing before City Council with an amendment to the zoning map is proposed. Planning and Zoning Committee met and recommended a rezoning of a portion of property on Highway 45. We had first reading of the ordinance at our last City Council meeting. We're having a public hearing now. Second reading of the ordinance is on our agenda for tonight's City Council meeting. Property has been properly posted. Notice was published in the March 13th edition of the Morris Signal, page 85, informing citizens of the public hearing here tonight and the opportunity to be present and comment on the rezoning request. And at this point, we have no one that has signed up to speak at the public hearing.
That's correct.
Clay, anything you'd like to add from the administration regarding the proposed rezoning?
I think it's pretty much standard. I know planning commission met on, talked about it, now, but you're doing two, and they didn't come to.
This is the property located out on Highway 45 as you go out of town, past the Forest Hospital on the right. It's currently owned by Heartland Properties LLC. And the zoning ordinance is on the meeting agenda for tonight.
Yes.
The zoning, current zoning designation is R 1.4, the rezoning request is to R 1.5. Anyone from council have any comments or questions regarding the rezoning?
What's the difference between the 1.4 and 1.5?
It's just the destination of the size lots. Lots can be a little bit different size lots. 1.4, 1.5.
Yeah, 1.4 is the absolute lowest density. The zoning ordinance R 1.5 allows a little more construction on the same parcel.
Correct.
Thank you.
No members of the public present and no further questions from council. Is there a motion to adjourn the public hearing?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Hardy to adjourn the public hearing. Is there a second?
Second,
Any discussion? We'll call for the vote. Councilwoman Goss?
Yes.
Councilman Hardy?
Yes.
Councilwoman Coleman?
yes.
Councilwoman Sykes?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Public hearing adjourned at 5:49.
Talking about 1,000 square foot lots.
Something like that. It's a little bit different.
Yes, that was what's full.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, talk about it like this.
There's my. You're on the agenda.
Yeah. If you're on the agenda, we can learn about.
You're with her. Okay, then you'll be.
I just said you're on the agenda. you might have to-
At 6 o'clock on Monday, April 1st, 2024, I'd like to welcome everyone to tonight's Loris City Council meeting. I'll ask Councilwoman Goss to lead us on the invocation.
That is great. Dear God, we thank you for this day. Thank you for the blessings that you bestowed upon us. Thank you for blessing us with a successful and happy celebration of Easter. And then, Lord, we ask that you touch those among us who are sick, who cannot get up without medical help. Bless them, Lord, and bless bereaved families all around us. Thank you again. Bless the council, bless the citizens of Lewis. In your name I do pray. Amen.
This day, I'm joining the pledge of allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilwoman Doss.
Here.
Councilman Hardy.
Here.
Councilwoman Coleman. Here. Councilwoman Sykes. Mayor.
Our first item tonight is approval of minutes. We have 3 sets of minutes for approval tonight. The first set being the regular council meeting from November 2nd, 2023. The council has had these in their packets and a chance to look over them. Is there a motion regarding the meetings of November 2nd, 2023?
I move for approval.
Second.
Motion to approve the minutes by Ms. Goss, second by Mr. Hardy. Is there any discussion? We'll call for the vote. Ms. Goss?
Yes.
Mr. Hardy?
Yes.
Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
Ms. Sykes?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Second set of minutes is a special council meeting for November 13th, 2023. Is there a motion regarding these minutes?
I move we approve those minutes.
Motion by Councilman Hardy, is there a second?
I'll say.
Second by Ms. Sykes. Any discussion? All right, call for the vote. Ms. Goss?
Yes.
Mr. Hardy?
Yes.
Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
And Ms. Sykes, you were not a member of council at that time, so I'll leave you out of this vote, and I vote yes. Our third set of minutes is the regular city council meeting for Monday, December 4th, 2023. Is there a motion regarding these minutes?
I'll make a motion that we approve these minutes.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Sykes, second by Mr. Hardy. Any discussion? Any call for the vote, Ms. Goss?
Yes.
Mr. Hardy?
Yes.
Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Again, these were minutes prior to Ms. Sykes. You want to say anything? Down to our communications now, mayor's report, just a few items to bring to your attention tonight. Want to mention opening day for our youth baseball and softball programs was held earlier in March. Had a very nice crowd on hand for the opening ceremony and to watch the first games of the season. I'd like to thank William, Recreation Department, his staff, and other folks here at City Hall to help make this all possible. We had a successful start to the spring sports season. On March 6th, Administrator Clay Young and I met with Sandy Davis from Myrtle Beach Regional Economic Development Corporation, along with representatives from the State Commerce Department, Santee Cooper, HTC, and Site Selection Group. And the discussion focused on the efforts to market the North Commerce Center and make it more attractive to industry. On March 12th, the city hosted our Meet the Mayor and Council reception, which was held at the Public Safety Building. We had over 50 citizens sign in, and they were in attendance, and were able to talk directly to the council, the mayor, and our department heads, and they enjoyed some delicious refreshments. I'd like to thank our staff for coordinating that event and making it a success, and we've begun planning for our next Meet the Mayor and Council event, probably coming up in the early part of the summer. Don't forget, the special city council runoff election is Tuesday, April 9th, polls open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And for council and our administrator, the Horry County League of Cities regular formal meeting is coming up on Thursday, April 18th. North Myrtle Beach will be the host city, and we'll have that meeting at the North Myrtle Beach Museum. It begins at 6 o'clock. Council and administrator are all invited to be there. Please let me or let Clay know by Monday, 15th, if you can attend. We're trying to plan for the meal, and we'll make sure we have enough food for everybody in attendance. So please keep that in mind. Those are all the items I have. I'll now go to Samantha from Chamber of Commerce.
Good evening. So we did have our downtown Tuesday, this past Tuesday, if y'all didn't go. You missed it. I don't know why you weren't there. We had Allison Wonderland Tea Party and vendors and a golden Easter egg hunt, and we just, and a petting zoo, and we just had a great time. And we appreciate, we had like businesses decorate each table for Alice in Wonderland, and so we had different businesses, including the city of Laura, so we appreciate that. And we have some other events that are coming up. We got a busy April, so I'm gonna roll these off, but if anybody wants to know, they're on our Facebook page, it's on our website, call me, we'll do it. But April 6th, which is a Saturday, we're gonna have a market in the yard, which is in the courtyard on Main right here at the lot with where a lot of people might know where the coffee shop was, but 4149 Main Street. And April 20th will be our 3rd annual Small Town Big Show car show that is coming up, so we're expecting a lot of people to come to that. And then April 23rd, we're gonna have a job fair, which is our Royce Job Fair. It'll be held in the theater at 4149 Main Street, and a lot of the businesses are coming out and looking for employees are from Loris. So that's exciting that it's not like it's out of tank. Like we have, I bet you out of the 25, probably 19 of them are Loris businesses. And then we have the Loris Elementary School 2nd grade field trip on April 24th and 25th, which we will share with y'all soon, because I talked to Brandy about some things that we could do for the field trip. So we're excited about that. And then April 30th will be our downtown Taco Tuesday. So we have a lot going on for April, and we're super excited about it. And that's all I have for that.
The tea party was really fun. You had a neat costume. You tell them about your costume. She was the Mad Hatter.
Yeah, so I was dressed like Mad Hatter. We had Alice down there. We had the Queen of Hearts was there, and a couple of Mad Hatters. So we were dressed up, and kids had a good time. The adults, I think, had a good time. It was just really fun. So I appreciate it.
Thanks, Samantha. Move along to the administrator's report, Mr. Young.
Yeah, Mayor and Council, yeah, we did complete the VCC application this submitted to DHEC. DHEC's in the process of evaluation. We should notify in this month what their evaluation is of the site, basically go from there. So we did meet qualifications to apply for VCC. They did accept it. And we should do about a month their findings all next year. So I know to take some public comment now, so we can contact some signs, actually, the property. I did give everybody a copy of the city budget for March, into March, this fiscal year. We'll probably be having some budget meetings coming up in the next month or so. We'll get into a little bit more detail on this. Just going to give you a breakdown of how, it's a little different than we did last year. It's going to give you a little breakdown of the revenues, expenditure by department. So, give you a little bit more detail. Yeah, and this posted, we will post it online. The audit for FY 21-22 is done. I sent a copy out to council. So if you have a copy of that, it is posted online too. Mark Wood, who's machining, Dr. Goggin, probably do this to Mark. We did special report on that. Got part of what he's found for that. He's also got, we'll probably have the 22-23 audit done in addition to that. So we'll basically be up to date in the audits from this. Animal control ordinance, we have got a draft. Gary is not here tonight. It's police chief. But we do have some information on that. I did talk to the county, talked to the gas. It's very helpful. He did a true guys. Sent me some information on that too. I did talk to some other counties in in Boyd County, and what Gary wanted to do was expand upon what we currently have. Which I got that information there, and what I'd like to do is expand, not adopt necessarily the one that Boyd County's got, but add to the one we've got. I think that would give us this credit. That is what we can accomplish. I did talk to Boyd County. They are in partnership with us. If we call them, we need them just like we've done in the past. They're here. They'll continue to do that part of it. They will work with us in some other aspects that they will do. I did talk to Gary the other day a couple of times, and he said that we've got a draft document that I'll send out to council. So I'll get that done this week. Yeah, I did, like I said, I did learn a lot more other stuff too that Boyd County was doing. So I'm glad I reached out to them, to the cast, did a great job. He did a tremendous job explaining to me how their process works, how the animals are impounded, how they go through their process. So they were tremendous help. Actually, it kind of changed my thinking a little bit about when I heard what they're doing. I said, well, maybe we need to back up on this and let them do this part of it because they're already doing this. But then we need to kind of add on our ordinance to help do this part here. And I think that Gary and I are pretty much on the same page. He was here tonight. He was going on at the same time. That's all I have at this time.
All right, thank you, Clay. We'll move to department head reports. The department heads have provided reports in written form to council. Several of our department heads are out tonight. Woody's doing some things with the recreation department. Gary is out on business. Meredith is out of town, so I know I don't have everybody here tonight. So the council just agreed to accept these department head reports as presented, unless, Jerry, if you've got anything to add from the fire department. Okay, so we'll just accept these as presented, and we'll move into our business items. That's up to the council. First item of business tonight is to hear from Ms. Brenda Johnson of Mules Beginnings regarding her program to render assistance to homeless individuals in our community. Ms. Johnson, come on up. Give us about 5 minutes on what you do.
My name is Brenda Johnson, known as Frequency until since 1998. Because I call our people, like I said, homeless people. But in the town of Lawrence, we have 91 people homeless right here. Like sorry, I had to stay hunt. We had a couple come there. They said want to take a bath. They said took a bath in the month. But we've been doing a lot of events, got a lot of things coming up. But my most is saying we don't have no word. Like if people need mail, like Murder Beach, we go to the post office and have the mail come there. The Lawrence, you have to pay for a box. We don't have that here in Lawrence. There's a lot of things that I want to do, but I don't have no billing for that, like put them in. Chris, go ahead and speak, please. Sorry. I get nervous.
What we do is we go,
everywhere in Already County, Soccer, Steve, River Beach, Little River, Flores, there's no specific date, because we go out every day to feed the homeless. But, what she dealing with a handful. She got over 200-300 in Myrtle Beach and Soccer Steve. They got this. It's a section that's called the what they call the section? The tent city, right by Dollar General. It's a whole part of the woods. One man was living back there since the road was dirt road, but it's like the tents back in big as houses. But so there's no specific date. We just go out. We feed the homeless. We clothe them. We give them rain, sweaters, hoodies. The biggest problem is having to cook the food and take the food out. You know, by the time they get it, sometimes it be cold, sometimes not. You really don't have enough to feed all of them because we just started getting help from Pastor Ron and a few more pastors in the city. But that's like the biggest problem, like us to cooking and making sure they get the food while it's still hot and things like that, in that nature or whatever. But
And we go to both the hotels twice a week in Lowell. We've been doing it for a year now.
yeah, it's a handful. It's a handful. Not too. I mean, you don't too much stress about it because, like I said, we've been doing it every day for like the past. I've been doing it with it since 2017, so this is an everyday thing. But it's just the help that's needed to continue doing what we're doing. But other than that, it's pretty fair. I mean, you all know. So we just and we got a few events coming up. We always do the Christmas dinner. We always do the Thanksgiving dinners. We always do back to school jamborees. We always do any holidays. Right here in the city of Lawrence, then we do it in Myrtle Beach. We always do 200 plates here, 200 in Myrtle Beach, 200 in South Steve. So it's just, like I said, it's just about them getting the food while it's still hot. Yes.
I'm gonna come up the rear. My name is Cindy Malik. I've been a resident here in Loris for 20 years with my husband and family. I have been working with homeless in Myrtle Beach for over 10 years. God always had a plan to use my talents and what he trained me up for to come to Loris. Now, Loris is population of homeless. You really don't see them. You'll see one or two here and there. However, we do have tent cities in our woods here, okay? We had, 67 confirmed homeless.
We got 91 now.
91, okay? You don't see that, a lot of people don't. However, God has a wonderful plan that I think he's working on for our town. And what we'd like to do is Cookie and her organization feed and clothe our homeless here. I would like my ministry to come in and feed them the word, bread of life. We need to get down at their levels to be able to work with them, to give them the word, okay? Now, we are looking at doing a street church, quite honestly, and that helps us discern. A 4 o'clock street church, people who want to be in the woods partying and doing drugs and things won't be there. But the ones that are there are workable, and that's what God calls us to do. Poor widows help. God's been showing that beggar to me all day long today. He didn't just walk by him. He stopped. And it can give us so much opportunity. Homeless, awareness, harvest, opportunity. I was just eating a sub in Santino's. The girl served me, I got talking. She's the president of 4-H. She wants to come and get involved as well. There's so much opportunity for businesses, churches, preachers, musicians. Music through God is so powerful that we are looking to get at their hearts and give them this bread of life. But they need opportunity too. I have a woman down at the beach, she gets $900 a month. She can't live on that. She lives in a hotel 2 weeks and on the street 2 weeks. So it's not all drugs, and that's what I hear from a lot of people. They're just gonna buy drugs. Well, first of all, never give them money. Don't ever give them money. But there are 3 things to homelessness. Mental illness, untreated, okay? Drugs are an issue, but we're looking at people that are full of abuse and hurt and pain inside. They want to numb that, and drugs do that. And then we're looking at people, no families. I was in foster care 10 years, I know that whole system. And 18, you age out of foster care, you are on your own. That's how you get on the street. If we're not here as God's children to reach out and help them, and we're all capable of talents and gifts to use. So God has been leading me for over 10 years to come here in Loris, and what he's showing me is street church. They won't walk in our churches here, but they'll walk to the campfire at a street church and having powerful brimstone preachers giving the word and musicians playing. We can feed them on a Saturday. Churches can get involved, youth groups can get involved. There's just so much that we can pull from the town. So far, we might have a possible location, and I'm looking for the town to kind of support us and have everyone reach out, give opportunity to everybody. Even the elderly can write a little encouraged note with scripture in it. There is so much everyone can partake. That was my heart. That's where God is leading in a vision for Loris. It wouldn't be an area where you've got all people hanging out. It would be a structured thing. And, you know, we can collect tents, blankets, sleeping bags. Those are the necessities they need as homeless. But, you know, in the long run, maybe we can get them out of the woods. You know, and there are some that you have to dust your feet off and walk away. You need to learn how to discern that. And, but there are people out there that are looking for the word of God. And, you know he saved me 20 years ago. I've been on fire since, and it changed my life. But I lived in the world 40 years in Connecticut before God saved me. I can relate to that homelessness and stuff without a God. Just imagine, I know a lot of you have grown up here in the South Christian, but I didn't know God till I was 40. And yeah, it's painful. And we're to tell others. And I just want to share my God and my Savior with people that have less needs. Yeah. So that's what he told me to come and say.
Thank you for your presentation. We know that homelessness is an issue in Horry County and here around Loris as well. I know that some of the churches are concerned with the same problem that you are. Pastor Bruce Ashton is here.
Yes, Pastor Bruce has been
He has
great.
mentioned this issue to us at church on numerous occasions, so perhaps he's a good resource for you out here in Loris to get some support
Okay.
from the local churches. Thank you so much for coming tonight.
Thank you for having us.
Presentation. As we move through our business items, item B is second reading of ordinance 01-24, annexation of 1.02 acres located on Fontway Road, and offers on the 1 June forward, and it's PIN number 177-15-01-0013. We had first reading at last city council meeting. This, as I said, is second reading. I'll ask Ms. Ray, if you'll read the ordinance by title only.
Ordinance 0124, annexation of 1.02 acres located on Foxway Road, owned by Morgan G. Ford, identified as PIN 177-15-1-00.
Is there a motion from council regarding ordinance number 0124?
I'm going to move forward with this second reading.
There's a motion to approve the ordinance on second reading. Is there a second to the motion?
Second.
Motion by Councilman Hardy, second by Councilwoman Coleman. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote. Councilwoman Ross. Yes. Councilman Hardy.
Yes.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sykes. Yes. And I vote yes. Item C is second reading of ordinance 0224. This is a rezoning ordinance. And I ask Ms. Ray to read it in title only.
An ordinance to rezone a portion of property located in Highway 45, owned by Heartland Properties LLC, identified It's parcel number 175-00-00-0046 and 175-00-00-0047 from R1.4 to R1.5.
This is the ordinance that was subject to a public hearing held tonight at 9:45. Is there a motion from council regarding ordinance number 0224?
So move for this ordinance.
Motion by Councilman Harder to approve ordinance 0224 from second reading. Is there a second? Second by Councilwoman Goss. Any discussion? Call for the vote. Councilwoman Goss.
Yes.
Councilman Harder.
Yes.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sykes.
Yes.
And I vote yes. The next item is resolution 01-22. This is amendment 9 to the resolution. It is the resolution regarding our American Rescue Plan funds. As council will recall, each time we expended funds, we pass a resolution. Each resolution has been an amendment of the very first resolution. So this would show all of our expenditures to date from the American Rescue Plan funds and received from the federal government. Is there a motion regarding resolution 01-22?
Move for adopt this resolution.
This is resolution 01-22, amendment number 9. Motion to approve the resolution by Councilman Hardy. Is there a second?
I second.
Second by Councilwoman Sykes. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote. Councilwoman Goss.
Yes.
Councilman Hardy.
Yes.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sykes.
Yes.
And I vote yes. Our final business item tonight is appointment of city attorney. Mr. Kim Moss is our city attorney, indicated in early March his desire to resign from that position at the end of the month. So with that being said, we have reached out and tried to find a replacement for Mr. Moss. We're very fortunate that we came upon Mr. Jonathan Linsky, who's an experienced attorney, experienced in government law. Is there a motion from council regarding the appointment of city attorney?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I move that we appoint Mr. Gillespie as our new city attorney.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second, motion by Councilman Hardy, second by Councilwoman Coleman. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote. Councilwoman Ross.
Yes.
Councilman Hardy.
Yes.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sykes.
Yes.
And I vote yes. Those are all of our business items tonight. We move into the portion of the agenda for public and press comment. We have several people sign up tonight to address council. Please keep in mind, we have a 3-minute time limit. And Randy actually has a timer on the list tonight, so we will hear each when 3 minutes have been reached. First person on the agenda is Kenya Wright. If you're willing to come forward, just state your name and your address for the record.
Kenya Wright, 432 Bellamy Street. Before I get started, if I may ask permission, if Mayor Council do not mind, we have several members of the fire department. And if you don't mind, we'd like for those guys to stand up here while I say my name. That's
Be famous, guy.
If you don't mind. I'm here tonight on my personal accord and by the request of other residents of Loris to speak out in the Loris Fire Department. I would like to start with the council meeting held on February 5th, 2024. Miss Wendy Boyd, resident of Conway, South Carolina, and a relative to former Mayor Todd Harrelson, spoke on fire protection within the city of Loris. A house left to Miss Boyd caught on fire on December 14th, 2023. Ms. Boyd stated that it took the Loris Fire Department 15 minutes to arrive on scene after receiving the call. This is far from the truth. The truth is the 911 call came in at 3 3:45, so basically 3:01. The first tone went out at 3:03, the second tone went out at 3:05. The firemen were in their trucks and pulling off at 3:08 and arrived on scene at 3:10. 3:03 to 3:10 is 7 minutes, not 15. At 3:12, a witness says fire trucks were on scene and fire hoses were engaged and appear to have previously been engaged. If the entire inside of the house was engulfed in flames and not visible from the outside, one could only presume that it would have already been a total loss before the flames were visible from the outside, and before the fire department would have been contacted or arrived on scene. Please, let's get all the facts correct before we accuse Loris Fire Department of causing this house to be a total loss with a response time of 15 minutes. Availability, capability, and operational effectiveness are all traits that Ms. Boyd states that these men do not have. What a statement to make about a fire department that runs approximately 110 calls per month in such a small radius. These older volunteers are just not capable. Another statement made. Let's take a look at all the calls that all of these older volunteers, including the older ones, have ran in the last several years. House fires, brush fires, vehicle rollovers, vehicle entrapments, medical house calls, lift assist, and so much more. Let's talk about how many lives they have helped or saved that have been saved by these volunteers. Again, I will quote Miss Boyd. They thought it was Todd's house. So we're accusing the fire department of letting the house burn because they thought it was Todd's house. That's quite an accusation to make. Where would that come from? I'll move on. During the same meeting, Mr. Wendell Boyd, also a relation to Mr. Harrelson, stands up and continues on with false statements. I'll only quote a few. The apartment in town burned to the ground and 2 people almost lost their lives. Untrue. The fire started on the bottom floor. The residents from the top floor were saved, and so was the majority of the building. The fire department was able to keep the fire from spreading to the entire building. Another quote. I'm 65 and I know darn well I can't pull a hose, after referring to Fire Chief Hardy, Fireman Pee Wee, Fireman Prince, and Mr. Wright. Who is Mr. Boyd to make a claim on these individuals' physical capabilities? Mr. Boyd goes on to say, I want to know their ages, how many are certified, how many have had physicals, and what type of training. Well, let's see. On average, the Loris Fire Department has approximately 24 volunteers as young as 21 years old. The department makes it a point to meet every week. Training is held 2 days out of each month. CPR recertifications were held last week. First responders training is scheduled for tomorrow, and the list goes on. These men attend all type of educational training and classes. We have members of this volunteer squad that have dedicated 20, 30, 40, and 50 years of service. Does years of experience no longer count for anything? I'm sorry, I get emotional about this. As we can see.
Wrap it up too.
Okay, well, all right.
Can you finish your thought?
No, I can let whoever's next. Unless you.
Do you want to finish?
Who's next?
Because you can have my time. Is that allowed? Do I need to read?
She can read it if she wants to, it doesn't matter to me.
I'd like to hear the rest of it myself.
I don't want to set any precedent here tonight for people just getting up here and talking on and on.
I understand.
No matter who it is or what it is in the future.
I understand.
I mean, I want you to finish your thought, but I don't want to stay here.
What she's saying is the next 3 people signed up are ready to finish reading.
Yeah, they can finish.
Or she can finish reading.
Same thing.
Yes, the same thing.
Oh, there's another issue. It continues on.
So do you
I'll
want to?
stop you now.
Ready?
Name and address for the.
Danielle Wright, 4615 Grand Street. As we can see on the city YouTube video, former Mayor Harrison tells Mr. Boyd to get back up after he has well exceeded his allowed speaking time and asks even more questions in regards to the capabilities of our firemen, who is partially or totally disabled. Well, the answer to that question is no one. Mr. Boyd says that he's heard about conversations between Loris and the county regarding the fire department. I feel council should check into this. The county is speaking to an individual, not even a resident of Loris, about the city business that's the issue. I don't believe that be the case. It's obvious someone else is fueling this fire. It's obvious someone wants the fire department to be taken over by the county, and as that information has recently been brought to light, many conversations have been held with some members of county fire department knowledge. I urge council to put this fire out. Stand behind and support your men in red. Are some of them seasoned? Yes, but those seasoned men provide acquired knowledge and skills to help save lives. Experience means that individuals have a deep understanding in their particular field. If we have men who volunteer for 20, 30, and even more years in the fire department, would you not deem them experienced and capable of running calls? Research states that there is an upper age limit on volunteer firemen. The house at 4120 McQueen Street was built in 1920. Most older homes built around that time were made with what's referred to as fatwood. Fatwood burns instantly and is very hot. Response time would hardly play a role in total loss or not in this type of house. Furthermore, if the entire inside of the house was engulfed when the call came in, even if the response time was 4 minutes or less, the house still could have been a total loss. Requests by only 2 people, not residents of the city of Loris, are requesting that fire department be turned over to the county or fully staffed, saying that our volunteers are no longer capable. Who is lighting that fire? Let's talk tax hikes, mileage increase that will be passed to the city residents. Our taxes and bills are high enough. What's next? We will turn over the police department and the recreation department. Soon the city of Loris will no longer exist. If you do not like small town feel, then Loris isn't the place for you. We all want good things to come to Loris, but we want our mom and pop businesses to thrive. We welcome people from out of town to visit, and we welcome growth 100%, but not the manner of saying the city is no longer capable. The city is capable of growth, and let's support it, keeping services in-house. Talk to your grandsons and other young men in the community. Urge them to join the fire department before you just say, let's give the old man the boot. On another personal note, on March 4th, Mr. Boyd proceeded to stand up again and make accusations against her business located within the city and, of course, again, the fire department. He states that he witnessed a fire truck blocking traffic on Meeting Street and firemen helping businesses remove a sign from a personal gain on March 2nd. If you're going to stand up and make public accusations, make sure your ducks are in a row. Previous Mayor Todd Johnson fueled this fire as he rode by me and her business on Meeting Street at 4 to 6 times and then parked in the alleyway on Main Street and proceeded to watch us work. By the time the correct date said the incident was March 3rd, I assumed they transposed their dates. Number one, the fire truck was not in the way or being used for personal gain. Mr. Boyd has no way to know why the fire truck was there. If he was there, he would have known the fire truck was in a parking space at Shorty's Grill, completely out of the road and in front of businesses that was closed. Next. Jamie? Okay. That's fine.
Need to read this.
Okay. Do you want to read it? Okay. I'm gonna do this turn, if that's okay.
Jamie's got something else to say. That's fine. If he's gonna just continue what you've written, no, I'm not gonna allow that because it set the precedent for 20 people to come in here, look at it, and just keep deferring to somebody else who wants to do that. If you got something else to say, that's fine. James Stevens, your next on the list. Mr. Stevens, then, Mr. Harrison, Tom.
I think it was last meeting, Mayor and Council. And all I'm asking about is some things that were put in place when I was mayor. And we did it as a council, with the exception of Councilwoman Sykes. The hospitality funds forensic audit that Councilman Paget alleged that millions of dollars were spent in the wrong place. There was an insurance problem with a police car. We discussed it right here and it hadn't been replaced yet. I mean, safety is a big deal. And those guys need the cars. And I'm just covering things, like I said, that I talked about before. And we voted for a spreadsheet on water and sewer from Administrator Clay, so the citizens would know what was going on with water and sewer, so they know how to vote in the future if they needed to vote to sell or not sell. And that's all I have.
All of these things are still in progress. Council did vote on, so we are. Yeah, we have a problem with insurance company, problem with police cars, trying to resolve that. Water and sewer still being followed up on. So, door, did not neglect or forgotten about those things.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Last on the comment agenda tonight is Mr. Littlefield.
Good evening. My name's Wendell Boyd. Start off with,
For the record, Mr. Boyd, your address.
oh, I'm sorry, 1480 4 Mile Road, Conway, South Carolina. Excuse me, 29526. In regards to some of her comments, it gets back to hearsay this and hearsay that. Most of these gentlemen that are on the fire department, some that I'm not familiar with. I know their age, and I know what it takes for them to pull a fire hose. They can do it, power to them. I don't see it. The point is, the response time from the city fire department to 41 Queen Street does not take 7 minutes, does not take 15 minutes. Goes back to the point, if that station had been manned, they would have been there in 3 minutes. Police department was there in 3 minutes. Anybody want to argue that point? Have at it. They were there. But where was the fire department? Mr. Jerry Hardy, first meeting we had out front, told me he was working on a piece of property down here next to the thing. When he saw the black smoke, he jumped in the truck and leave. That's what he told me he didn't. He said that he watched it for a few seconds, looked at his pager, no response from his pager. He didn't get a call. So at what point, whether he took it from himself, to go ahead and leave, or whether he finally got a page out on his paper, sure, but he was the one driving the truck. Jerry Hardy was the one driving the truck, when the first truck pulled up. And he had to leave from down there after he pondered as to whether or not it was fire inside the city of Lewis, or inside of the but that's beside the point. ISO certification is coming up short. The citizens of Lewis is probably going to feel the effect of what the fire department has not done. So we'll see. Time being. The other thing was, my wife got a certified letter as to needing to buy a dimmer permit for the house on 41 Queen Street. I spoke, and it's in the minutes, that the permit request was filled out, was ready to go. We were doing some investigation. As soon as that was over with, we would get it taken care of. That letter was relatively harsh. And I'm gonna finish this up and I'll be through, because I'll be back next time. It was relatively harsh that if she didn't respond within so many days, she stood the chance of being arrested. Because she did not respond. Then she had X amount of days beyond that point to have that property demoed. And again, I stated that in the minutes of Works last meeting or the meeting before that. So there is no intentions that we have ever had of not taking care of that. But Old Lewis High School, nothing's happening there. You got a piece of property across the road, part time it's mowed, part time it's not. Building, the roof is about to fall in. Methodist Church has got a house at 4120 Liberty Street. It is in bad shape. There's about 3 or 4 properties in Watson Park that needs attention. One of them is south of 3, probably not. But none of those houses that I see are yet placarded up there stating that, you know, we're gonna take legal action. I think that's a little bit much. And there's more properties other than that one property that needs attention, that has been in that condition for a year or more. So why? Just because my wife's a female, and they didn't think nobody was gonna stand up on her behalf, that she was gonna stand up and do it. She can't, she's got 2 legs. And everybody that's on this council and this staff, we come to get a permit today. There weren't nobody here to issue a darn permit. Believe that. Oh, so we didn't get permit. Hopefully, we got the permit. Oh, but nobody seems to care a hill of beans about what happens to the people of Lawrence. It's not about that house. It's not about who did and who didn't, whatever. The fact is, if Smitty's grandmother had been in that house, she would perish. Your family, yours, and yours would perish. Why? Because of the blackness of the fire department. 1,500 feet, they could just about run down there with fire hose since they're so caked and get to it. And the other thing is, I have video on the fire truck parking from Shortsville. So if anybody wants to see it, I got it. So, I'll let you read it.
All right, Mr. Boyd, comments, I'll add this, at any time, you want to talk to me, talk to the administrator, about any of these issues that you brought before us, please call and let us know. We're glad to.
I would appreciate having yourself.
All right, that is everyone for the, from the public that has signed up to speak tonight. Anyone from the press with anything? We have executive session on the agenda. Mr. Young, anything for executive session tonight? Nothing for executive session. That wraps up our business items for tonight. Is there a motion regarding adjournment?
So moved.
Motion by Councilwoman Goss, is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call for the vote. Goss?
Yes.
Marty?
Yes.
Sykes? And I'm going to meeting adjourned at 6:08 p.m.
Brandon.